Welcome, everybody. This is your boy Josh Vision. I'm here to give you my review of 205 Live. So, yeah, obviously it's like 2 days later, but yeah, I'm going to do the review anyways. A little bit internet problem. So, anyways, we begin this episode 205 Live. Incredible main event segment featuring Enzo Amore, Neville, the entire Cruiserweight division, and Braun Strowman, the monster among men. So, anyways, we begin this particular episode 205 Live with Enzo coming out after that shellacking he took, yesterday. Well, basically the night before. So Enzo cut this great promo as usual, and he talks about how he actually had his mother show up to his championship celebration. It really did bother him, the fact that his mother had to endure people in her ear shout, "Do it again," basically do it again. I mean, one more time, one more time, one more time. And even he was saying the same thing about him. He was saying, like, when they're shouting one more time, he was trying to keep his intestines in place. Because we have to remember, Neville beat the crap out of him, gave him a red arrow to finish off. And then he got, I believe one of the other cruiserweights gave him the top rope. And then with Braun Strowman, the cruiserweight just taking turns beating the crap out of him. So he says, he's used to a couple of haters, be on his case because the fact that, they aren't stars like he is. He says Cedric Alexander is just mad at the fact that he's a charisma vacuum, and that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what Neville, as he had he had basically something of the lines of something signed by Kurt Angle, which none of the cruiserweights, including Neville, could touch him, because if they did, they will be forfeiting, your cruiserweight championship match with Enzo. And he said Neville blew it. And he says that, and since basically the rest of the locker room did it as well, he says he's going to put this championship on ice because he's in Jamie Lannister. Winter is coming. So after that, he basically says that he calls Neville a Gollum-looking elf schmuck, and says that his precious, cruiserweight championship that he used to have ain't never coming back to him. That's the end of the segment. So we had a quick match with Tony Nese and Akira Tozawa. Good match. We had Drew Gulak, I believe, or Drew Gulak on commentary. He did a good job on commentary. After the match, he basically went on with his grievances with Tozawa. He thinks Tozawa makes Akira Tozawa basically make the fans look like a bunch of mindless sheep by him constantly doing and the fans just following. He believes as though matches should be done with class. You should always shake your hand before and after a match, and basically no sort of outside like chants and all that stuff. And Akira responds by basically kicking the crap out of him and then instigating him outside the ring. So that was basically quick. After that, we had a backstage segment with Enzo Amore and Daivari. Daivari basically is kissing Enzo's tail, saying that we're attacking him, saying it was a mob mentality. He didn't mean to do what he did, and that everything that happened that night was because of Neville. Neville had orchestrated everything, and Enzo's like, yeah, I knew it. And Daivari said that he wanted to be Enzo's friend, and have his back, saying that Enzo is not only a star in the WWE, outside the WWE, and then the Cruiserweight division, he could be a star outside the Cruiserweight division. As we know, at this point, Enzo was starting to become a heel, and his arrogance is starting to formulate and get even bigger and bigger. Even more, he was a face, and that says a lot. So Enzo's like, back where I'm from, you have to prove your loyalty. And Daivari says, listen, I'll prove my loyalty. I'm going to be facing Neville tonight. And Enzo's like, you know what? I mean, Matt, not only do I have your back or your support, I'm going to be in your corner that night. So after that, before I even get to the next match, Daivari shakes hands with Enzo, says, how you doing? Then Enzo gets tense and pissed. Just shakes his hand. He holds his hand harder, more tense. He's like, don't you ever say that again. And then after that serious moment, he just calms back down and is like, hey, After that, we have a quick match. Well, not even a match. It was T.J. Perkins and Rich Swann. Not Rich Swann. T.J. Perkins and some other dude who I don't really care about. Anyways, so actually based on the ongoing rivalry over the past few weeks between Rich Swann and T.J. Perkins, and how Rich Swann says that him and Perkins can't continue their friendship if they keep facing each other in these tough, really high-octane competitive matches. So we see the previous week, Perkins just beats the crap out of Rich Swann. Before the match even starts, Rich Swann comes out and beats the holy crap out of Perkins, and Perkins is able to get away, right? So after that, we have a backstage segment basically with Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick in regards to Cedric Alexander, and they were basically saying that a new autumn is about to happen, and that they're coming for Cedric Alexander. So now we get to basically the main event of this whole 205 Live thing. Neville comes out and says that what he was doing, and he didn't care about the fact that Kurt Angle basically said that, you know, if anyone touched Enzo, they would forfeit a championship match with him during the, in the future. He's like, you know what? I would do it again and again and again. And he says that this creature that you speak of, Enzo, is hungry and willing to do it again and again and again to beat you. So keep one eye open, because I refuse to let basically a talentless loser like you create this title in this division. So after that, we have basically his match with Daivari. You know, Neville was basically bothered, basically to focus in on Enzo for the entirety of the match, even though he was able to get a late rally, and he put in a little version of the crossface or the label lock, either way. And Enzo essentially takes advantage, uses Kane, and beat the holy crap out of Neville. I think he literally broke part of the cane off on Neville. So after that, I think it's the first time ever we actually seen Enzo actually beat the crap out of someone. This is actually a historic moment. I swear. Enzo's been on the roster for like, what, 3-4 years? This is the first time. Date down. And it was an aggressive side of Enzo, a very, very deranged version. And then after he gets off him, you know, I think the fans were booing. He was like, hey, you wasn't booing me a few moments ago. What, you have a problem now? And then after he leaves the ring, you deserve it. You deserve it. It was fucking hilarious. You know, I'm really, you know, excited for what they have for him as a heel. You know, despite all the stuff people say about him, you know, he is a very entertaining character, you know, on the roster. And I can see a long reign for Enzo. And whoever beats Enzo on the cruiserweights, they're definitely going to be made, because you can tell even tonight when it came to Drew Gulak and everyone else on the roster, they upped their game, especially on the microphone, because we know they're talented in the ring. It's all about, you know, the microphone and just their character. And I thought this was a great episode 205 Live. I'm actually going to review it again. I'm going to watch it again because of Enzo. Thank you guys for watching. Like the video if you can. Subscribe to my channel. This is Josh Vision, over and out.